Hi, I'm Sam Horn, and this is Words Matter number 2 of our Tongue Fu series. Today, we're going to be talking about a little 3-letter word that does so much damage. Now, I hope that you have paper in front of you and that you follow the advice of all of our famous authors at the Maui Writers Conference. You may know that I was the MC and the executive director, and whether it was Dave Barry or Mitch Albom or Carrie Fisher, they didn't agree on anything except this: ink it when you think it. So if you have paper in front of you, put a vertical line down the center. On the top of the left-hand column, put words to lose. On the top of the right-hand column, put words to use. Because we're going to talk about losing words, put conflict, and using words that create cooperation. We're going to put over on the words to lose column, we're going to be identifying words and responses that actually cause resentment and resistance. Over on the right, we're going to be replacing them with words and responses that create respect and rapport. So if you're ready, have that pen, listen to the story, and listen to the word that's doing all the damage. I was renting a car years ago, and a woman came up next to me and she said to the employee, "My name is Mrs. Robinson and I've reserved a Ford Mustang." And the employee looked up her record and said, "Oh yes, Mrs. Robinson, we have your reservation right here, but we don't have any Ford Mustangs left." And she said, "How can that be? I called weeks ago to reserve that kind of car." He said, "Well, I know, but we have a new staff member on this morning and she forgot to read the save list," and back and forth they went. In fact, when I left, they were still arguing. And it was because the employee kept using a word. And when we use this word, people do feel like we're arguing with them. What's the word? But. Please put it over there on the left. And now listen to the impact of that word but. "Well, I hear what you're saying, but we tried that before and it didn't work out. You did a good job on that, but you forgot to put in the paragraph." It's like, "Well, I understand it's important to you, but things have changed." And do you hear how that word but acts as a verbal eraser? It cancels out what went before it. So what do we say instead? Put the little 3-letter word and over on the right. Now listen to the difference. You're right, Mrs. Robinson. You did reserve a Ford Mustang, and I apologize. We rented them all out, and what we're going to do is upgrade you to the next higher model. Instead of, "Well, I hear what you're saying, but," "I hear what you're saying, and we've tried that before, and let's figure out how we can prevent this from happening again in the future." Instead of, "Well, I'm sorry that happened, but it's not my fault. I'm sorry that happened, and let me talk with Tara, who's in charge of that project, to see how we can fix it." Instead of, "You did a good job on that, but you forgot to put in that paragraph. You did a good job on that, and could you please add a paragraph?" Do you see how the word "and" advances conversations because it acknowledges what's being said? And the word "but" anchors it in an argument because it argues with what's being said. I had a teacher in one of my workshops and she put her hand up and she said, "Sam, I've been teaching English for 25 years. She said, "Do you know what I realized? I've been teaching English. I haven't been teaching communication." She says, "I keep thinking about how often I use that throughout the day." Well, you would have gotten an A on your test, but you didn't see the 3 problems on the back of the page. I know you were looking forward to the bus trip, but the prices of the bus went up. What if instead we say "and"? I know you're looking forward to the bus trip, and the prices went up, and if we could have a fundraiser and raise the other $300, we can still go. From now on, if people are arguing, listen in, they're probably both using the word "but." If we switch to the word "and," we do not have to agree with what the other person is saying. We're just not arguing with it. We're acknowledging it, and we can move forward and advance the conversation instead of anchoring it in that disagreement. From now on, replace "but" with "and." It's win for all involved.